The great David Lynch passed away yesterday. This guy is a painter, songwriter, artist, director, mostly known for his work on Twin Peaks, and Mulholland Drive, Eraserhead, Wild
Dude,
at Heart. He was in Fablemans, uh, and mostly known for the first version of the Dune movie.
the return of Frank Castle. I mean, come on, bro. You know I'm a Punisher guy, bro. I cannot just I can't wait for it to see more Punisher. I'm such a geek of a Punisher. Infinity War happened in 2018. I reckon it's around the blip.
I mean, it's exciting to see something that we grew up with getting that sort of love to say, like, this is cinema, this is history. Let's get this out there. Let's get more people to appreciate what inspired Hollywood.
What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out Podcast. The brothers are back for another exciting episode. Guys, before we get into it, as always, check the description. The timestamp will be there so you have the flexibility to see what the hell we're talking about and go to any part of the show. If you haven't already, please do like, subscribe, and share. And on that note, let's just get straight into it because there's been some exciting stuff this week. Let's get into what has got us hyped throughout the week. And I'm going to start off with Daredevil Born Again trailer, which has set
Yes.
a mark, bro. That's MCU, Disney, Disney Plus, whoever, they all set a tone and a mark and a message to all the Marvel fans and all the Daredevil fans. But what was your reaction? What do you think?
Now, listen, man, they dropped that really. We've been waiting for ages, bro. We've been waiting for ages. Like first we heard it was going to be like 24 episodes. Then we thought it was going to be like a PG-13 version. Like we've been on a journey for this, bro. The last, what was the last Daredevil when it came out? 2018? No, what that
Think
came out in
so.
2000,
I'm gonna go check. Let
bro.
me check it.
Yeah, bro. I feel like we've waited a long time. We got him in a sneak peek in She-Hulk. He popped up in Spider-Man
Spidey,
No Way Home. Uh,
2015.
that's
Was
when
it
it
that long?
started.
No, about season three. Oh, sorry. Okay, wait. Where the hell did season three go?
Season three must have been 2018.
Yeah, let me check. Let me check. Okay.
Oh my God. Like, so yeah, so as you can see, bro, fully
18.
excited.
You're right.
Bro, yeah, 2018. That's a long time, bro. I can't believe we've waited that long, to be honest. And
6, 7 years.
good on all of them coming back on the project because they all look great. Uh, it looks wicked. It looks amazing, bro. You seen the return of Kingpin as, mayor of New York City, bro. This is deep. This is the stuff that was in the comic books, you know what I mean? And Daredevil on his journey as well. I think something tragic really happens for him to leave being a vigilante because they talk about it. It's a very awkward scene, very tension filled. Them sitting across each other, having a coffee in that cafe,
What a
which is
great scene.
actually
Didn't it remind you of Heat? Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, the cop and the
yes,
villain, and having
yes,
that
that's right.
civil type conversation.
Yeah. Uh, so that was it's a bone crunching uh trailer. It's good to see Bullseye back. It's good to see Frank Castle back. It's good to see
Woo!
this new character, the White Tiger. I don't know much about the White Tiger, but looks interesting. I feel like it's going to be a martial art filled like sort of battle scenes with him. When they say
Yeah,
White Tiger, I feel like he's a martial artist, bro. Like a good martial artist as well.
yeah. Well, look, let's do a little bit of reading on White Tiger. Angela Del Toro is a character
Mm.
appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics, created by Brian Michael Bendis and Alex Maleev. The character
Hmm.
first appears in Daredevil Volume 258, March 2024. So it's supposed to be a female, Angela Del Toro, White Tiger, Interaction.
Does
So
that
what does
sound
it
like a
say?
very, very, very new character, bro?
Yeah, what, 2004, really, man. Toro is the fourth incarnation of White Tiger since
All right.
she's
Okay.
used
So,
of I feel like it's like a Black Panther type, like passed down type of thing.
okay.
Um, yeah, but she's a part of the FBI, team affiliations. I'm getting this all from Wikipedia, by the way. But her abilities, bro, are supposed to be superhuman strength, speed, agility, durability, stamina, senses, regeneration, healing factors, experiment,
Uh-uh.
armed combat, expert markswoman, so like like Bullseye type of thing, like training investigator. So yeah, I don't know, man. Seems pretty damn awesome, man. And I wonder how she ties in. Listen, as you said, man, I haven't read up on her, but yeah, I feel like Marvel, DC, they all sent a message with this trailer. I think, from what we got in the Netflix, that was one of the best superhero shows, right? Right, so
Ever,
gritty and
hands
whatnot.
down. I've got to say,
And
hands down.
yeah, and if you came away from that and people had that impression because of his appearance in She-Hulk, not only was She-Hulk a very lively type of lively kind of show, his uniform, even though it was like the original color, looked bright, all that sort of stuff. People just had speculated that he's comedy now, he's this and that, Disney's gonna turn him this and that.
Mm,
Um, Same with Kingpin. He was a bit lighter and not as harsh as we saw him in Hawkeye. Yes, he was he battled Bishop and whatnot, but it
mm.
just seemed like he was a bit lighter and whatnot. And I feel like this trailer was not only a trailer for Daredevil, but it was telling everyone we're going back. Like we're giving you the Daredevil that you guys want, and what I think they know is the best. Because, bro, the moment you're showing legs breaking, arms going the other way, blood, guts, and shit all over the place in a Disney trailer on a Marvel YouTube channel, it's clearly sending a message to everyone saying,
Exactly,
"Don't
yeah.
worry, guys, we got you." But I do agree. I think that trailer sets a tone, man, because that conversation, as you say, is very awkward. It's such an interesting it's an interesting face off after 8 years, and they're part of the MCU now.
Mm,
I'm assuming they got my time now. After 8 years, he put him in prison at the end of season three. Finally, again, I guess, right? He bossed him up and
mhm.
everything. Um, and then now they're here together. He's the mayor of New York. I reckon this is my theory because this is 2018. Endgames came out. No, Infinity War happened in 2018. I reckon it's around the blip. This is my theory, right? And I know Daredevil showed up in She-Hulk and Kingpin showed up in Hawkeye, and Kingpin
Mm.
wasn't technically mayor then, but that all happened after the blip. I feel like something happened in the blip where Daredevil was gone, all that sort of stuff happened. Maybe he gave up the mantle as well when he came back. I don't know, but I feel like Kingpin made some big time moves while the blip happened because I just don't see like the team, Karen, Foggy, and Matt Murdock allowing him to become mayor while they're around. I just don't see legally, like, you know what I mean? They'll put that pressure on as they've been showing in the Netflix shows, that legal pressure and whatnot. So I reckon it's all around the blip. It's their way to get him like really new canon in the MCU. This trailer's already made him canon in the MCU. You've seen some of
Yes.
the posters on Times Square with the Rogers Avengers what do you call it? Play
Yeah, yeah,
poster.
yeah. Yeah.
Apparently there's a Hulk, Hulk, Incredible Hulk, that juice that he drank, that Stan Lee drank, that had Hulk's blood in it. I saw things online that was advertised as well. But you're right, like the return of Frank Castle. I mean, come on, bro. You know I'm a Punisher guy, bro. I cannot just I can't wait to see more Punisher. I'm such a geek of a Punisher. I can't wait to see him back. I would love to see what he's been up to. I hope they address the blip. This is my one thing. I hope they address it.
Yeah.
Um, because
I'm
I
sure
would
they
love,
will. I'm sure they will. And
yeah,
the
because I
different
want to.
dimensional shit that happened as well with No Way Home.
Yeah, true, true. Yeah, yeah. And I hope, like, I don't know what else to expect in this. Like, is Spidey going to involved? Are they going to start linking him to Kingpin? I don't know. But I would love to see more of Punisher, man. He's got that look, and I can't remember exactly what comic it is, but there's a comic I posted on my Instagram the other day where he's kind of he's I think there's like a female Punisher or like another vigilante like that he
Yeah.
basically helps. The Avengers are trying to get her, and he helps her escape, and he takes a beating from the Avengers. And Cap, I love the scene because he always has respect for Cap. Cap just told him, "Stand down, soldier," like mission accomplished, and he's just boss
Yeah,
up,
yeah,
and
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, "Sir, yes, sir."
And
But
that's
he's
Civil
got the
War.
beard. Civil War's a part of it. Did he have a beard in that? I think he might have did. But that look is it's good, man. Bethnal back. I can't wait. Bro, man, this is gonna be damn right gritty, man. I think we're gonna get a very whole new take to the MCU because I think correct me if I'm wrong, man. This will be the first grittiest one. I know they've done some bloody ones here and there, but we're talking about downright gritty, man. I saw Badusi scenes in the trailer. I saw blood and guts, or bones breaking, I guess, not guts. This is a message, man. This is a message to the MCU fans that guys, we are changing our tone, or we're gonna structure our tones. We have many different characters who adapt to different tones, and
Yeah.
based on what we've seen, Daredevil was gonna adopt that tone from the Netflix show. Such a great trailer, man.
No, it was good. It was good fun. The bone breaking, like I felt like Marvel was sending a message out there just to say, guys, don't worry. Here's the balance.
Yeah, and it's good to see what's his name? Bullseye back. He was brilliant, man. When you
He
watch
was
the
wicked, bro.
happy to see him back. He's
Yeah, he was
awesome.
wicked. Regardless, he was so good, bro. Very good, very good. I'm excited to see it, man. March. It comes out in March, bro.
March
Uh,
4th.
here we go. I'm gonna send out some messages straight away after this and try and jump on board early.
Yeah, what do you mean? Try to get a screening or something?
Yeah, definitely, without
Do
a
it,
doubt.
do it,
Some
do it.
interviews, man. Definitely want to get some interviews.
Do it, do it, do it, man. For that fun, if we can get something in, that'd be great. It'd be great for us. It'd be great to have those conversations with them. Like how, like I mean, I know we've seen Daredevil here and there, and then we knew he was coming back, Charlie Cox, but just the others, man. Like
Yeah,
again, Marvel. One thing that Marvel has done great and whatnot is they tried to give the fans what they want, and they knew if they changed any of those characters, that would be a problem. And also they realized like they know when something's good. I feel like Marvel, or when I say Marvel, I'm talking about the people in charge, Kevin Feige, knows when
yeah,
something's good. And they're like, that's too good to give away. Like, we got to get Charlie
yeah,
Cox
yeah.
back. We got to get D'Onofrio back as Kingpin. Frank Castle, we got to keep it as Berthel. They know, right? When they got good casting and they're like, we're going to commit to it.
Yeah, no, they have to. I mean, I think the most important thing about what Marvel had done originally, and listen, they took a risk with Phase 4 was a massive risk. The multiverse saga, massive risk. Introducing new characters that people didn't really care about, massive risk. I think some of the
Change up.
characters worked, some of them didn't. But Phase 4 was a risk they took to try and uh, run off the excitement of what Phase 3 left us with. And that was going to be hard to top anyway, bro. You know what I mean? So sticking to the script sometimes just works. They made some losses last year as well, and the year before with some of the stuff that they brought out. Uh, so they lost quality. They
Yeah.
went they ran with quantity and lost quality. So I'm glad we kind of waited a very long time for this show because it has to be good, bro. It has to be. I think not.
Yeah.
It's very hard with art. It's very difficult, but I think taking your time with projects like they did before, not like having like eight things coming out at the same time. I mean, it came. It's. I'm not gonna lie. Look at this. I'm a guy who loves all this stuff, bro. I still haven't watched Agatha, even though I don't have to watch it.
Mm,
I would have watched it just because it's part of the Marvel stuff, like the love
mm.
for Marvel. I haven't even watched it. I'm not even had an inkling to say, man, I'm stressed out. I haven't seen it yet. Same thing with What If, bro. I'm an animation guy.
Yeah.
I've just left it. I'll watch it when I get the chance. You know what I mean? So it's coming to a point now because we're so oversaturated with content. I was like, rah, I'm not bothered no more. I think it's weird. Like I've come to a point now where it's like you have to really pump my blood to get excited. So like when they did the trailer for Captain America: A Brave New World, I was like, excuse me, this has Winter Soldier vibes. I like this. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I feel like they've learned from that lesson because if you listen to most of people's top 10 movies of Marvel Cinematic Universe films, bro, Captain America: Winter Soldier's up there in the top three, bros.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can imagine, like, they need to. I personally think they need to slow down a bit and give us quality. So the show looks great, bro. It looks like the Netflix one. So we're just coming off the back of that, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I mean, yes, quantity. They completely went to quantity after phase 3 and phase 4. And I think like yes, when you introduce new characters, they had to slow down. They gave new character after new character after new character, which was just,
Mm,
too overwhelming. Let's get to know characters first. Maybe, what they did with phase 1, to take your time, put them in and out and whatnot. Okay, we like that guy, we like that new character. Let's put a new one in. They just rushed it.
mm,
And also, like, I've spoke about this before, and I'm not trying to be bad or whatnot, but the whole DEI thing, they pressed that too hard as well. They didn't do it
mm,
naturally. And what they did was they turned fans away, not just from the Marvel, the DC, the Marvel content or whatnot, but you turn them away from the DEI objective, you know what I mean? The goal. Like you forced it so much, everyone turned away from it. Why didn't you do it naturally and whatnot? And I think like a combination of all of that is where they just lose. And you're right. I watch things because when I had time, I watched it, but there was no urgency to watch it. And I don't blame you if you don't watch Agatha or What If or whatever, man. Like they've made a whole. They I have to be honest with you, they made a phase four of unforgettable, non-rewatchable content. Like, I do like Shang-Chi. I do remember that was good. Moon
That's
Knight,
the
I
best.
enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Probably obviously Spider-Man, No Way Home that came after anyway. Um, I again, I'm trying to remember, but they made a whole bunch of unforgettable stuff.
Look, Loki,
Forgettable stuff.
Loki season one and two. Loki, shit. Actually, I'm not even like Loki season two. Yeah, that was amazing. Shang-Chi, definite without a doubt. That was. I still watch that now, bro. If
Yeah,
there's a
Shang-Chi
movie
was
that I
just
go back to watch again now, Shang-Chi. I love Shang-Chi. Uh, but yeah, they made a whole.
yeah.
Anyway, we don't want to get
I
to that
think
part. The
yeah,
excitement is
yeah.
Daredevil, bro. Let's keep.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah! And
Yeah,
listen, man, the potential now of MCU characters to get involved. This is why I'm excited. Punisher and Spider-Man crossover. Like if we ever get that epic comic book shot that they could possibly give us, where
yeah,
Punisher's I don't know misled somewhere, man, and he thinks Spider-Man's a bad guy. Like I just want to see those sort of like geek out moments, especially after what they gave us in Deadpool and Wolverine, which I feel like was like a possible turning point. Spider-Man and Daredevil, we saw a glimpse, but just to see them side by side would be awesome. You know what I mean? There's so much potential of characters getting involved. Wolverine, bro, he gets involved sometimes as well. Like you never know what we could get. Daredevil and Spider-Man, Daredevil, no, sorry, Deadpool and Spider-Man, Deadpool and Punisher.
yeah.
The geek outness has come back after especially seeing this trailer and especially
No,
seeing how
exactly,
violent.
exactly.
Actually, I spoke about the
Definitely.
violence, but Deadpool and Wolverine was violent. But yeah,
Yeah,
super excited for Daredevil trailer. March 4th, guys. Not long to go for that one, and I can't wait. Cool. The other thing, man, that I wanted to geek out about that got me pumped was so Shout Studios has acquired 156 films from Golden Princess Library, and some of them include John Woo's classics. Man, we're talking about The Killer. We're talking about A Better Tomorrow, Hard Boiled, all these type of movies. And what this basically is, I was reading up a little bit on it, but it's basically a studios. Let me just read it from here, man. I'm reading it from
yeah. Go
Variety
for it.
Magazine, man. In a major move set to electrify action films, Shout Studios has nabbed worldwide rights, excluding some Asian territories, to the Convert Global Golden Princess movie library to treasure over 156 Hong Kong cinema classics that's been MIA from Western markets for decades, right? So the deal, which brings together Hollywood's indie powerhouse and one of Hong Kong cinema's most prestigious catalog, including genres defiant works from director legends John Woo and Sue Hark, alongside studded vehicles featuring Chow Yun-fat and Tony Leung and Leslie Chang. So these guys, like, we're familiar with them because we grew up with some Hong Kong classic
Yeah,
movies, right? Especially like The Killer, Better Tomorrow, and all these sort of movies. And we've spoke about it, we've done certain reviews and everything like that. Certain parts like of the West have seen these movies. Like, we talk about Wu-Tang, all about those movies, right? We talk about like, in Terror Squad, for example, there's lyrics about the killer like Chow Yun-fat. Like certain
mm,
parts of the Western world have come across these movies. Directors, obviously, like Quentin Tarantino and moviegoers and whatnot will understand who have seen Hong Kong cinema and are inspired by it because John Woo is a big inspiration on certain directors in the
yeah.
West and whatnot. So this is big news because this will basically like movies, Hong Kong classic movies will like be distributed more in the West. And
100%.
hopefully in a great way. I mean, because the only thing I feel like is like old movies, like are people, I mean, you're gonna have movie buffs and whatnot who go back and watch old movies, but to try and get this new audience from the Western world might
Hmm.
be a bit more difficult because they're just all about new sort of stuff. But I hope they could do a great job to kind of because they're also talking about some of these movies coming back on the big screen, bro, in the
What?
Western world. Yeah, could you imagine that? So
Okay.
yeah, I hope they do a great job with marketing and kind of push these Hong Kong classic movies, like tie it into like these movies influenced Quentin Tarantino's movies. Like, you really got to watch these movies to understand or to see where the inspiration of certain movies came from, like The Matrix
Yeah.
as well and stuff like that. So I hope they do a great job. I mean, John Woo and them lot, Chow Yun-fat, I hope they just get the props that they deserve, man. I mean, just reading on some of the classics, we're talking about acquisition crowns jewels include John Woo's actions masterpiece Hard Boiled, The Killer, Complete Better Tomorrow trilogy, Bullet in the Head, and Once a Thief. The library also boosts Ringo Lam's City on Fire, Prison on Fire, and its sequel, Eric Chang's Ace Gold Places, Tu's Peking Opera Blues, Tony Chang's Chinese Ghost Stories trilogy, and additional hits like Wakai Fi's Peace Hotel, Andrew Cam
Okay.
and John Toll's Big Heat, and Alex Law's Now You See It, Now You Don't. Now, I'm not gonna say I've watched all of those, but I'm familiar with a lot of them, and I've geeked out, especially with the China Fat John Woo ones, for sure. And I'm just
Yeah,
super
yeah.
excited that the world, the Western, this will possibly help the Western world kind of see these movies, man, and they get appreciation. And also like cinema history, man. Like John Woo and some of these movies are part of cinema history. Just because they're not based in the West doesn't make them
Yeah.
a part of that history. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I think
No,
they're
exactly.
important part of history. So exciting news for that, man.
No, absolutely. No, definitely. Listen, without a doubt, that's something I would love to see some of these films on the big screen, bro. The Killer, A Better Tomorrow, Hard Boiled. Like, I would love to experience those on the big screen, definitely, without a doubt. That'd be absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, no, let's see where it goes, man. I mean, it's exciting to see something that we grew up with getting that sort of love to say, like, this is cinema, this is history. You know, let's get this out there. Let's get more people to appreciate what inspired Hollywood. You know what I mean? Because really and truly, Hollywood, all those directors took stuff from all those other countries that made those great films. You know what I mean? What was it? Is it Infernal Affairs?
Internal Affairs, yeah.
So what was the one they did in America?
I thought it was called Internal Affairs with Leonardo DiCaprio. Are you referring to that one?
The
No, no,
Departed, The
that
Departed.
was
That was
Departed.
called The
Yeah.
Departed, which is from Infernal Affairs. Uh, Infernal or Internal? I don't know. I need to double check. But that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of movies that we get in Hollywood that end up becoming blockbusters, the originals are the ones that are, not spoken about as much. So they need to get their credit, man. Definitely. But no, super
Yeah,
excited.
yeah.
Super
Definitely,
excited.
definitely. And what do you call it? Was man, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, it's
It's
an
all right.
exciting opportunity. I mean, yes, I saw it. I was gonna say I remember seeing Killer on the big screen in Hong Kong. It was just
That's
classic, man.
sick.
I just some of those movies are movies where you want your friends and your people to watch. Oh, you gotta watch this movie, man. It's so awesome. It's
Mm,
one of those. So now it's like telling the West, you gotta watch this movie. Like, please,
mm.
hopefully you moviegoers, you people who watch movies and enjoy these movies are gonna go back and watch some of these classic Hong Kong movies because, like I said, I mean, The Killer. I feel like it's I don't know, but like I feel like it's one of the biggest reference movies I've heard, especially in the music world. Because like, bro, like I said, Wu-Tang and Terror Squad and them guys just talking about it, and these are places in the ghettos, man, in New York. You know what I'm trying to say? In the Bronx, in Staten Island. We
Yeah.
we watched it because we had a video shop up the corner. But the mainstream people, video movie watchers, I just don't think they've been exposed to this. So I hope they are exposed to this. I hope they show
Mm,
up on, the streaming platforms, be it the Netflix and all that sort of stuff, just to, there should be a title, what do you call it, a category in Netflix and Hong Kong classics. You know what I'm trying to say? Like people need
mm.
to watch those, man. So now super excited for that, man. Super exciting news. And yeah, man, we were speaking about this after this news came up. We're gonna do our top five John Woo movies, because we're huge fans of his, and we're gonna do our top fives. I'm not gonna lie, like we watched his whole catalog, but based on what we've watched, we want to give our top five movies. So stay tuned for that one to come out in the future.
No, that'd be
Um,
awesome.
cool, man. Well, look, man. We got a request. Yusuf, little brother Yusuf, YK2K illustrations, asked us based on our review on Craven. He was saying, bro, guys, I would love to get your thoughts on ranking the Sony Spider-Man villain universe. So I so what we got? We got all three Venoms. We got a Madam Web, we got a Craven, and we got a Morbius. So let's just rank them from your favorite to the worst. Let's not do top. Let's not do scores of 10 because it's not going to be good. Let's just do it from ranking perspective, like your favorite to your worst. What I know what mine are, but what's yours?
Favorite. Bloody hell. So it's
There's,
gonna be Venom, the first
of
one.
course, yeah.
Yeah. The second one will be Let There Be Carnage. The third one's gonna be Last Dance. Because they're actually all right movies, I gotta say. Like that trilogy works. That works for those characters. But then it's gonna be Morbius, Craven, and Madame Web.
Of course, man. Well, yeah, I kind of figured it would be that way. I mean, look, for me, I would have to put all the Venoms first. Yes, one, two, and three.
Yeah.
I mean, we spoke about this in our review. I believe it was Tom Hardy that kind of Venom, yes, but Tom Hardy kind of made that character work and whatnot. And then seeing Venom a little bit going into the MCU, just that little snippet was
Yeah.
was okay, but there
A
was
nice little
expectation
tease.
for their lose.
Yeah.
After that, I'm gonna go Craven next because Craven actually had some cool action scenes which I enjoyed. I was like, or
Okay.
I sat back and was entertained by and whatnot. I'm gonna go
Mm.
Morbius next. Morbius, I remember I just didn't enjoy that one at all, to be honest with you. And even the action scenes, I remember just thinking, I don't even know what the hell's going on. It's just too much going on.
Mm.
And then of course Madam Web, which is just absolutely pants. Sorry, I don't like shitting on a movie, but that was a pants movie. But yeah,
Mm.
that's that. I would say that was it. I listen, Yusuf, if you're listening, bro. We're not gonna go into details. I give you why because I don't think I don't think we want to go into the details and whatnot. But that's the ranking. That's what we'll do. End of the day, if there's I think that ranking kind of that might be universal across the world. I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
love to.
100%. Yeah.
You know what? I would love to hear someone who genuinely loved or genuinely liked Madam Web and just hear their perspective on why.
You
I
know
don't know if
what?
that person exists.
I personally think uh, if it didn't have the Spider-Man connection, I think it's an all right action film, bro.
Well, that's what they
I think it
lose
would have been
because
all right.
they
But and
all they
the
all
the
have a Spider-Man
direction,
connection.
yeah, that's where they messed up, bro.
Yeah.
They messed up. They shouldn't have had. How can you have Spidey without having Spidey? Like, I don't know how that universe worked, bro.
It was I think end of the day Sony was contractually had to just make these movies otherwise there's lose the character and everything, right? So they just made a whole bunch of crap because I think maybe financially they probably worked out, their finance expert probably worked out, say, you know what, we would actually generally make more money with this deal if we make shitty movies and lose money here, but in the long run we make more money when Marvel just use Spider-Man and merchandising and all that shit. No, I think Disney took merchandising, but I think their finance dude probably made this is what I'm guessing has worked out is more beneficial to just keep them and make shitty projects, lose money there, but you make more money there. This is what I think because
Yeah,
I don't understand why you would spend money on these movies and just lose completely. I mean, the whole thing is like, why would you make a movie? Yeah, why would you not use Spider-Man if you had him, which we discussed. But yeah, that was our ranking, bro. I mean, anything else to add to that?
mm, not really, bro. Not really. Not really. I just can't believe they thought they could make this universe a villain universe when they're not villains.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's leave it as that.
All right, cool. Well, some other news, man, which is kind of hyped. Sonic 4. After the success of
Yes.
Sonic, which has been so awesome, they've been very consistent with 1, 2, and 3 with the hype,
Mm-hmm.
introducing new characters. We've done our review, guys. Check that out on the channel. The next level of action and animation, the little Dragon Ball Z stuff that you're getting in there and all that sort of stuff. The excellence by Jim Carrey. They have confirmed a Sonic 4, which is scheduled to release in 2027. So this is a great announcement. This is something definitely I don't think anyone's against, right? I don't know if I mean, look, they've been doing a great job where they've been releasing a Sonic movie almost every 2 years ish, and they've been
Yeah.
quite consistent. Like sometimes I'm kind of like, why don't you guys take some time as we discussed earlier? But with Sonic, I feel like it's been working. They've just been putting great, fun, interactive um scripts together, great characters. Jim Carrey just holds a lot of it, in my opinion. In my
Agreed.
opinion,
Yeah. Definitely.
and he loves the role. He said he will come back for Sonic 4. I think he genuinely likes the character. They probably gave him maybe it's just fun for him to just do. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, what is Paramount Pictures? Paramount Pictures is prepping Sonic 4 with the studios anticipating a spring 2027 release date for the latest entry in the family-friendly franchise. That's another good thing. It's a family-friendly franchise. A franchise that's hit 1 billion, which is also, probably, edging it on as well. News comes as Sonic the Hedgehog 3 races into the theaters on Fridays, where it's expected to top the box office, as the article's a bit late. But anyway, the scores
Yeah.
are great. They made the monies. We're getting Sonic 4. Man, thoughts? What do you think, man?
Bro, 100% well deserved, man. Such a great like trilogy. I gotta say, it's a good, fun, family-friendly movie where you could sit with the family and the kids and just enjoy a good movie. But even for us as geeks that used to love playing the game, to seeing it come onto the screen and actually a script that works on the big screen. You know what I mean? Uh, I didn't think it was gonna be like, we saw that first trailer, which was insane. They took the feedback and went and made it again, and then you got Sonic, and it was like, oh my God, like this was actually amazing. I remember going to the screening of that and thinking, wow, we've been in this for a while now, and it's like, wow, we've come up to 3 movies now. It was really good, bro. I gotta say, it was a good fun film, well deserved, introducing new like the next generation to it, which is funny because I played it as a kid, and now my daughter's playing it as a kid and enjoying it. She loves all the characters, and uh, as you saw yesterday, we're watching it on a daily basis. So it's like, oh my God, this is like their childhood film that we could watch on repeat. So yeah, definitely, very very good, bro. Very very good. I'm happy for them, bro. I want more. If Jim Carrey's coming back, I want more, bro, because he is
Definitely.
amazing. I feel like he had the best free reign to work on this character the way he wants to, and to make people laugh again. Like I'm telling you, man. You know, he smashed it. He's the highlight of that movie, bro.
Yeah, for me,
He's the
he
highlight.
is. I
Every
have to
scene he
say.
was in, you're like, oh my God, this dude. How is he doing this? And now he played himself twice. Well, the granddad and him, and it's like it's just he's wicked in it, bro. Uh, he's the highlight, honestly. The movie is great as well. Keanu Reeves is amazing. Idris Elba makes me laugh with his one-liners, but Jim Carrey, man, smashed it. No, so good on him on that franchise. So keep moving. We want more.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, in my opinion, I'm sorry, man, but I just don't think the franchise will work without Jim Carrey. If you ever tried to change Eggman, then well, obviously that's Sonic's main villain, and I don't know the full Sonic history with other villains, and so I'm sure they've created more. But without Jim Carrey as Eggman, that would never. Don't know what Dr. Robotnik, they call him Eggman. It will never
Yeah.
work, man, in my opinion. But as you got Jim Carrey, hey man, keep giving us more, and as long as it maintains the same standards. This is a fun watch. I can't wait for it.
Now,
Um,
same, bro. Definitely. Same here.
cool. Some other exciting news in the video game crossover world sort of thing. Um, Ghost of Tsushima animation series in the works for Sony. So
Yeah,
this is
boy.
one Ghost of Tsushima, bro. I'm telling you, it's such a great game. There's not many games that I play because I'm not a big gamer as Ashes and other people as well.
Yeah.
But Ghost of Tsushima, I remember just playing through this game, and they done something so amazing in this game where the story, let alone, is amazing and the gameplay, but the scenery and people just ride around and just look at the damn scenery. People literally have said that. That's what I do sometimes. That's how amazing it is. But this game has just captivated so many different ways. Like, the guy Chad Chowalski who done
Yeah.
John Wick wants to do the movie, and that's happening. And now we're getting an animation series because I think there's just so much to this game. This is so first, and we're gonna get Ghost of Motai. Is it Ghost of Motai? I think it's called Motai, which is the second one coming out this year, I believe. So I can't wait for that. But yeah, Crunchyroll announced during Sony Group Corporation CES 2025 press conference today that an anime series based on Sucker Punch production Ghost of Tsushima video game and its Ghost of Tsushima Legend multiplayer experience is officially in production, man. So, man, Ghost of Tsushima, man, with the character Jin Sakai, to get more of a backstory for him. Listen, man, we were talking about Secret Level, and the reason why I think that's amazing, outside of the whole animation and all that sort of stuff, is when you are bringing video game characters that we love playing with, right? Sounds weird, but you know what I mean? You're getting to know them through a video game, but then putting them in an animation series where you just sit back and get a bit more of their story. It's there's something about it, man. It's like almost just putting these comic book world characters on a big screen. Like
Yeah.
you've got to know a character, you've literally controlled this character's story and got him to the end of his story in that video game. But to just sit back and just watch and learn more about his character, I think there's something to that, which is what we just spoke about with Sonic. There's something to that where you just can sit back and enjoy this character's journey after you've literally felt there's like an intimate relationship there when you're actually
Mm,
playing the characters and you want him to win. You
yeah.
want to win the game. I don't know if I'm getting too deep about video games, but I think there's something there, man, where you're with the characters and the relationship you build. So Jin Sakai is one of those characters, and I think over the years he could become like I don't know. I mean, they're moving on from the character, but like for example, Kratos, bro,
Mm.
Solid Snake. These are characters that are, as a video game fan, like those are legendary characters. Jin Kazama, Sonic, Mario. You know what I'm trying to say? But yeah, this is exciting, man. Exciting news. I'm super excited about that.
No, it is. When I saw that, I was like, yes, I have to share that because I know you guys love it. And it looks amazing. I've seen the clips as well. So looking forward to seeing an anime version of this. It'd be very good.
Definitely, man. All right, man. Guys. Any other news? That's all the news, like the main news that got us hyped. Was there anything else that I missed? Anything that you
I
heard?
mean, we lost the great David Lynch passed away yesterday. This guy is a painter, songwriter, artist, director, mostly known for his work on Twin Peaks, and Mulholland Drive, Eraserhead, Wild
Dude,
at Heart. He was in Fablemans, uh, and mostly known for the first version of the Dune movie. You know,
yeah,
so
man.
uh, another creative. You know, he's been in the game for such a long time, bro. Uh, he's done so many films. That's the thing. Artwork, songs. Like it's crazy, bro. you know, he's one of those guys that just worked in the background and did everything he can. He was one of those directors that did do that, like how John Carpenter was. You know, when it comes to him doing the soundtrack, the editing, the directing, he was just really well immersed into it. So uh, he doesn't really like the fact that his name is on Dune still to this day. He did try and get his name off it uh,
Why is that? Why is
because
that?
I think the first June, because that original June got a lot of backlash because it wasn't what, you know, how it was, like how Frank Herbert wrote it. There was a lot of changes. He stuffed three stories into one big movie. That's hard to do, you know what I mean? Script writing. So adaptations from books to movie world is very difficult. I mean, Denise, luckily, and he still hasn't done it 100% right and adapting everything, but he gave, you know, most of the goodness of what June the books gave, you know. It's a grand film, bro, and you've seen it. But you
Mm.
need the time they did it in with the visual effects and everything. They had it. There's supposed to be an uncut version of that original one, which I actually want to sit down and watch. But yeah, rest in peace to the awesome, legendary David Lynch. Absolutely amazing filmmaker and artist as well. So a lot of
Yeah, rest in
respect
peace.
to,
Rest in peace.
yeah, rest in peace. Yeah.
Condolences to your family. Yeah, he was 78, I
Mm,
believe. So
yes.
rest in peace to him, and he's definitely left a legacy behind. I've seen loads of people from the film industry, actors and whatnot, on Instagram paying tribute. And the fact that my feed is constantly filled with that
Mm.
after that, it just shows the legacy that he has left. They all want to pay certain tributes and respect to him. So rest in peace and condolences to his family. Um, Cool, bro. I watched a couple. Well, I haven't watched as much things as I've been here, but I finished off Creature Commandos. Have you seen any of it? Ah, bro. If I would say, listen, man, it's my opinion. Prioritize that over What If. Like honestly, like
Okay.
it's brilliant. They're short, sweet episodes, like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Great storytelling within that. Great character building within that. As I've said, very light and easy to watch. It's very violent and setting the tone for the DCU, I guess, from a perspective. It's introducing to characters that are going to be DCU canon. It's
Okay.
it's tied in a few other characters that we already got. You're like, okay, they're back. It's freaking brilliant, bro. And I think it worked. James Gunn's amazing because I think like he knew, let's do an animation for this. Let's not try and do a show. Let's not try and make Frankenstein in real life. Not yet. Let's not try and do whatever, right? Let's do it as an animation. We could get away with certain humor. We could get away with certain violence. We could get away with
Yeah.
certain character looks and everything. And we could tell little short stories on each of them as well as give a final story. It's brilliant. If they tried to do that as a movie, I reckon it would be hard. But to do in a if it was 7 episode show, brilliant. We got. I think I'm gonna spoil it for you, man, if you don't mind, and spoil it for people. Or do you want me to keep my mouth shut and you're gonna watch it?
No,
Because
I
I want
think
you to watch it.
I've seen it, or
You've
I've
seen the
seen that. It's
spoilers.
all over
So
socials. Yeah.
okay, so we got a little glimpse of what the DC Batman could look like, right? Of course, basically the idea is that these animations will kind of portray the characters in the real DC universe, right? Frank Grillo being one of them, based on Captain Flag. No, what was he called in this?
Rick Flag
Rick
Senior.
Flag. Yeah, so you could see, obviously, they've designed the character and animation looking like Frank Grillo. We got an outline of what Batman could look like. He looks a bit hench, bro. He looks a bit hench like this, full of that way, and that Frank Miller one over there. But that was that, bro. When you see stuff like that, geek out moments at the end, they introduced the new creature commandos, and you're getting characters that that we kind of enjoyed, like Shark. What's his name? Shark King Shark. Which is always a fun character, and some other characters who I wouldn't say I'm crazy familiar with. They told some great storytelling, bro. I'm telling you, man. James Gunn's got this great ability, man. Like the robot. What's it called again? I've gone blank on him. But the robot guy, his backstory was amazing. So he's coming back. The shit, I put up the characters. I can't remember the names of the characters, but I gotta get the last story about some of the characters were absolutely amazing. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, if I like I say, I recommend you watch that over anything else, bro. Because it's super awesome. Here we go. Bride of Frankenstein was awesome. Nina, that's it. There's a character called Nina who was like who had like gills and whatnot, like had this
Okay.
like a mutant genetic thing basically. Anyway, the
Hmm.
last episode kind of told us her backstory. It was so emotional because she was such a sweet character. Like she was called a monster, which is unfortunate, right? But the fact of the matter is, man, she was a sweet person, but just got looped in with this monster thing because of the way she looked and all this sort of stuff. She had a loving father. Her mother kind of gave up on her just because of the way she looked, but she had a loving father who instilled love in this character. But society and the world turned her into a monster. And even though she was a monster and human beings would call her a monster and she was a part of this monster command, all this sort of stuff that you see that they put in her life growing up to school, she was just such a sweet person. And her sweetness, almost influenced the Miss Frankenstein character,
Okay.
because she was raw and violent and whatnot, as Frankenstein would be, I guess, or Miss Frankenstein would be. And the fact that Bride of Frankenstein, sorry, the fact that he was able to tell that in that short story, and you almost humanize Bride of Frankenstein. It's beautiful, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. In the beginning, she's just Frankenstein. She's a brutal murderer and whatnot. She does what her job is. She is what she is.
Mm.
But that relationship that she built with Nina, and by the end of that show, now I've got to know the Bride of Frankenstein, and she's humanized a little bit more, and she's interested more. I'm trying to say the way he's told individual stories but linked them up to influence each other. It's really good, man. Bro, prioritize that over What If. That's my opinion.
All right. I'll get on that as soon as, bros. As soon as, definitely.
I watched a movie called Jack Black movie called Dear Santa. I only watched it because it was Jack Black. I don't know if you watched it, but I wouldn't
No.
recommend. Listen, I wouldn't recommend
But
it. I'm not gonna sit here and say it was an amazing movie, right? I just watched it because of Jack Black. But you do get some Jack Black highlights in there, which are always funny. He's always like very charismatic with his ways, bro. I find him super hilarious and whatnot. Certain scenes, certain things he says. I mean, the movie, like I say, it's a standard Christmas movie. I would say, listen, I don't want to compare, but I say from a Christmas movie perspective, I do want to say it's better than the red one. I'm just putting it out there. But there was about this kid. You know what? It had a sweet sort of story to it. And at the end, I'm not gonna lie, there was a little bit of emotion to it. It's about this kid, and the family's gone through a dramatic sort of situation where the younger brother died in an accident
oh,
or whatnot. So this
okay.
kid, like, he's trying to he's trying to fit in school. He is who he is, you know what I mean? But he's trying to fit in school. He likes his girl, and he still believes in Santa at the age of, I think he's 11 or whatnot. But he's just this innocent kid, to be honest with you. And end of the
Yeah.
day, the parents are going through a bad time. His brother died, so he's obviously going through a bad time. He's seen his parents going through that grievance and everything, and they kind of arguing and whatnot. But all this kid wants is to like not just fit in, but be nice to people. You know, I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
considering all the traumatic stuff he's gone through, he just wants to be nice to people. And he's got a bit of like educational thing. So instead of writing the Santa, he writes the Satan. So he goes to Jack
Yeah.
Black. Right now, spoiler alert, I don't think no one's gonna watch a movie. Jack Black is not really Satan, he's just some extra, he's like some ghoul, some demigod and whatnot. I think it's Ben Stiller who plays Satan for one scene. Let me check that. I have to
Oh.
say. I think it's Ben Stiller. I swear it is. Hold on. If I find him, I'm pretty sure it's. And Ben Stiller's just so funny, man. Post Malone's in it, which is kind of funny for him. Please tell me who plays the devil. It's got to be Ben Stiller. I have to find it. But basically, shit, full cast and crew. Here we go. Am I right? No, I can't find it. Where is it? The devil. They're not giving it to me. All right. I cannot find it because I'm pretty sure it was Ben Stiller, but I can't even find the devil's cast. But anyway, what I was saying was, sweet kid. Jack Black's character gives him 3 wishes. After 3 wishes, I take your soul. As the sweet kid that he is, he gives, especially his last wishes, is for other people. You know what I mean? That's just the type of character he is. As a 11-year-old, you can ask for so many things. That Jack Black's character, the devil, the demigod, is trying to influence him. That you can have this, you can have that, but he wants best for people. He's a nice guy, and at the end, he wishes for his brother back and his parents to be like, loving and all that sort of stuff. And there was this nice feeling, and I have to say, like, I got a little bit choked up. I was like, that made the movie end nice. So that was a nice, sweet ending for this kid.
Yeah.
So anyway, I watched that while I was in Poland, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, why isn't? Ah, yes, I told you, Ben Stiller. Yeah, Lucifer. He was in it for like 5 minutes, basically. And I was like, I know that's Ben Stiller. But yeah, awesome. I want to say awesome movie, but simple watch and everything. Cool, man.
You know what? I've got a screener for you to watch. It's like a South. It's not. So sorry. It's like a. It's an Asian comedy, which I haven't had the chance to see. But if you get some time, I'll send the link over to you. But I saw the trailer. It looks hilarious. I do want to get the. I just need. I haven't. I
What
literally don't have the time. But
what
uh,
country, Asian? Which market?
it's. I mean, it's all done in English anyway. But they're based in the States and they're trying to make a film. It's one of those. Uh, Youngsters trying to make a film, but they're actually filming them losing in the
Make
process. It looks funny.
okay.
It is a funny. It looks funny as well. So I'll send that over to you to double check and check it out. See what your thoughts on there. If I get the chance, saying that it's over a week ago. Let's see. Anyway, we'll double check it. But that's a film that's been waiting as a screener to watch. So even if we can't even go to the actual screenings, I can't even do a screener at home. That's how busy it's been at the moment. So,
Well, home
uh,
ones, bro. Make sure you communicate with me, man. Like I don't have kids obviously right now, inshallah one day I do, but I hopefully one day will. I mean right now I have a bit of time. So if you get a screening, because I'm on that as well, bro. Like going and whatnot for the major movies. Hopefully we get like Captain America, the Disney contact in Dubai responded. Thank you to her, or him. Hopefully they give us something. But anyway, if we could get stuff at home, I definitely will be up for it because we're old, man. We're old bums now, man, and we got other responsibilities. It's hard to go to screenings and stuff. Um, Send that over. I'll take a look. Anything else? Anything else you watched? Anything else you want to
no,
talk
that was it
about? I
really.
mean, other than that, man. I mean, like we outside of that, man. Other than that, other updates. We've been cool. I've been in London. I went to Poland this weekend. Had a nice kind of time there, visiting my wife's sister's family, seeing the kids. Which is always awesome. It was nice and snowy there, so it's great to see. You know what? Yeah, I got a chance to I have to say I see a bit of Polish culture. And what I mean is during this snow period, because Leon's dad, Łukasz, he was
Hmm.
telling me like when
Yeah.
it snowed, he was desperate to take his kid out in the snow because as a kid and as a general thing that they do in Poland, is like they take their kids out sledding, right? Everyone has a sled and they take their kids out sledding. They go to a certain park or whatnot, and kids slide down. And I've always seen this in movies. I've never ever seen it in real life or experience. I didn't go on the sled either. I didn't when I was out there in the cold. I'm an old fart. I'm like, I don't want to get on the sled. But it was so nice because we were just walking around in the snow and you're just seeing everyone out, bro. Everyone out of their house, and all these people are just pulling their kids on sleds, and the kids are just enjoying it. And I was like, this is really nice. I'm glad I experienced that, man. And you see the park was full. I'm talking about, bro, full on snow. It's freezing. The park was full of people, parents out with their kids. They're all sledding down. It was absolutely amazing, an experience. I have to
That's
say that was
culture,
my
right? That's
yeah. It was
culture.
a part. I didn't
That's
realize
culture.
that. I've never experienced that here. We don't, I mean, in London, we don't have any hills anywhere, but I'm pretty sure maybe somewhere in the north or stuff, when it does snow and there's hilly stuff, they probably have that too, but I've never experienced it. But it was a nice thing for Ukash to take his son out because that's what he done with his dad. I was like, this is nice. Um,
Yeah.
so I've
It's
done that.
moments, bro. It's moments. You don't get that. When they say that there's no culture here, there is no culture here because everybody's slowly
There,
adapting to it, and you're kind of coming to a point now where people just want to. It's weird, bro. I feel like people just want to get through it quickly. Like this country is so unorganized that when it comes to snow, that's not really like what they do in Poland. That's amazing. That's the thing where when the snow drops, we know all the kids are going to come out as well. Uh, your default speaker has changed to what happened? Can you hear
hello?
me?
Okay. I can hear you. Can
Oh,
you hear
hold on,
me?
bro. My headphones died.
Oh,
Uh,
loads, loads. But yeah,
uh,
I mean, look, I have to say, I mean, there is culture here. I have to disagree and say
uh,
that there is culture here.
all right, hold on.
It's
Let me see. Any
in
headphones?
regards to the
Sorry, guys. Give me a
snow.
moment. But as I was saying, is that they have an infrastructure there to have families go out, enjoy it, make it safe. Where centuries here, and they barely put salt out on the roads. You know what I mean? So that's where it gets kind of difficult when it comes to. They don't really have a culture here anyway. So uh, fish and
Can you?
chip eating bastards. No, I'm joking.
Nah, but you look,
uh,
I agree. I disagree, man. I
that's
think there is a culture
fucking
here.
nothing.
Can
Hold
you
up,
hear
bro.
me?
Yeah.
All right. Put yourself on mute. I don't know if you can even hear me. Um, I have to disagree. I do think there's a culture here. I think when you're immersed in, how do I pull it, man? I think if you went listen, living in Dubai, when you're just constantly around expats, you know that there's no community and
Yeah.
it's hard to find culture, right? So that's what I'm saying, because I've experienced that. When I come here, I do see culture. I do see like there's an English culture here, and something that we've adapted to. We are, in the end of the day, but we are British, right? And
Yeah,
a
yeah,
bit of
yeah,
that
yeah.
English culture we've adapted to. And that could be like like just like general like stuff that you see around London, like Buckingham Palace and all that sort of stuff. There's an element of culture and all that sort of stuff here. There's a humor that we've taken away, like the movies. Like, okay, pull it in geek out context, like the movies that we enjoy and stuff like that. That we enjoy and appreciate British culture sort of stuff.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
I'm trying to say.
100%.
So, and a great thing about the UK, I would say, in London is like because it is so diverse. I do think there's a diverse amount of cultures here. Like it's not just diverse, but I feel like cultures are expressed here through certain things, right? Whereas,
Mm.
like I say in Dubai, there's so many different people there. Like you can't really get an aspect on different cultures. And I think they try, but you just don't really get it. Whereas here, it's infused in the British culture, you know, British Pakistanis, like Black British, all that sort of stuff. It's there, man. So I would say there's something there. But I do agree that when it snows here, the whole country just turns off. And like, well, in Poland, bro, everyone's driving around. Like they change their tires and they just. I'm like, bro, if there was snow in London, we'd be staying at home. We'd go to our gardens and whatnot. We had that moment where we built that Superman snowman back in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
2008 or 9 or something
Mm.
like that. I mean, but to go out and pull sleds and stuff like that, it's hard. Also, like these streets are full of shit that I can walk literally, get out of our house, turn left immediately, and there's shit all over the place. So you can't be pulling sleds. You're basically dragging sleds across shit, which is upsetting.
Oh, well.
But anyway, I mean, that was a beautiful thing about what I saw about Poland. But yeah, it's
No,
my
it's good.
last two in the UK. It's tough that I saw you yesterday and we're supposed to do the podcast. I got so tired and we didn't have time. Like we're in the same country and we still can't align to do the podcast together. I think we've only done it once. I know it's tough. Like when it comes down to timing, it is tough. And
Right now, anyway, I feel like things have got extremely busy, not just with work life, family life, everything else that comes with it. And it's trying to just try to keep up with it. It is tough. It's not easy. Everybody who jumps on like and asks like, how do you guys keep it up? Yes, consistency is one of them, but it's hard, guys. Not easy. Everybody keeps saying you're so lucky, you're so lucky. I hate that saying, bro.
Yeah,
Do you know
it's
how
not
much
lucky.
we have do you know how much we had to sacrifice? We built this shit from the ground up, you know what I mean? So uh it's hard, it's not easy. And a lot of people ask for advice in this, and I say persevere, endure, and push through because it's not just it doesn't come like that. And when people say that, it just jars the hell out of me. Uh
Mm. I mean,
it's
end of the
it's
day,
not luck, it's work, man. We put that
yeah, I
shit
mean,
in.
we even though we enjoy it and we say we make sure what we talk about, what we geek out about is shit that we enjoy.
Yeah.
It is hard work. It is work, man. Finding this time, scheduling time here, and the editing stuff comes later, which takes that time. But like I said, man, we're in the same country now. We still can't even align to do it in person, man, because of timing and life and family and all that sort of stuff, right? So it's difficult. It's difficult to do that. But anyway, we're gonna do it digitally as we always
Oh
do.
yeah, of course. We will.
Um,
We will. Yeah.
and we're consistent. At the end of the day, we find time to yeah throughout the week to do it. It's difficult, man. It's difficult, but we're here, man. We're doing our thing. We'll always do our thing. 8 years in running. Um,
9 years. 9 years now.
9 years. 9 years
Nine
was. I think
years.
that and that's what it's all about. I feel like it's consistency. And if you really want to do it because you genuinely want to have this conversation, when
Yeah.
I say put this content out there, it's like whoever wants to listen will listen, whoever doesn't won't, and that's the whole game, right? But we generally like enjoying having this conversation and geeking out and whatnot. This is almost like a diary blog or something, right, for our kids to possibly see. Idris became our 924th subscriber. He was like, I was looking for your channel and I helped him find it. He goes, I want to subscribe. I was like, you can subscribe, but don't watch it until you're
18.
18, and we'll get you on the podcast. But bro, it's like almost like that, man. But main thing is like we spoke about this before. It has to be about shit that we enjoy and what we want to geek out about,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's it, man.
100%. hundred
But it's
percent.
hard
Hundred
work,
percent.
man. It's hard work.
Hundred
It's hard
percent.
work. Because at the end of the day as well, it's like to research what you try and put behind. Like I openly say I haven't researched something because you know how hard that is as well to put in the research on all the topics that we want to talk about. So I'm just like most of our stuff, like yes, we do a bit of research, we might have a bit of background knowledge, sort of thing here and there, but a lot of it is just like our own thoughts and feelings and shit about this, man.
Exactly. 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 Ah,
Yeah, man. But man, other just like listen, there was some good news, but still horrible and whatnot. There was a ceasefire in Gaza. They put a plan in place. It just to see the Palestinians and the kids just celebrate this, man. Now it's supposed to be it was well, sorry, it was is a joy to see, man. And the
yeah,
shit
yeah.
that
No,
they've
of
gone
course.
through is so hard. I can't even imagine. I mean, it's fucked me up mentally. I can't even imagine what they've gone through, right? That this
Mm.
evil regime has done to them, this occupying terrorist regime, I shouldn't even say that word, we'll get blocked again, regime has done to them. But I mean, look, from what I'm understanding, like, it's supposed to be a permanent ceasefire, right? It's supposed to be like, so there's supposed to be like a 3 stages every 42 days, right? And with every
Mm.
42 days, there's certain things that has to happen, right? Like hostage releases and medical aid coming in. And by the end of the third stage, like all the military from the evil military should be out,
Yeah.
and then Gaza can rebuild again, right? Which is going to take years and billions. And this is the time to donate, man. If you haven't donated, this is the
Mm.
time to donate because they're going to need it. But before that kicks in, man, since the ceasefire was announced, they've already killed like 100 people. They're going to blow up as much as things as possible before it goes through. And this evil empire or this evil uh, group of people, Zionists, their right wing party are not agreeing to it already. Like I don't know, I just really understand because it's been signed off and it's been done, but their right wing party are not like they're not agreeing to it either. So I don't know what that exactly means. And but I think like as usual because this is the same deal, and I'm getting this all off from like independent news like Breaking Points and all that sort of stuff. This is the same deal that was on the table like 9 months ago, right? Same deal. 9 months of killing that they've done to come back to the same deal. And I feel like the news that I'm hearing is like Biden wants to get this done because he wants to take credit, right? Even though he supported this genocide for the last year and a half.
Mm.
Trump's come in, so he doesn't want to give any credit to Trump. So this guy's an idiot. You're going to get no credit for this, right? Because you supported the whole thing. Trump, I believe his people had a lot more to do it. Now, it's not like listen, man. Like from what I understand with Trump, and I don't know him fully. I don't know. I don't watch everything, right? He's a businessman more than anything, and he doesn't like war because from his business perspective, it's not good for business. He understands that,
Mm.
right? Two, he's a very egotistic type of dude, man. He wants to be known as a peacekeeper. He wants to be known that I don't create war and I don't all that sort of stuff, right? So there's that element to it. But I do think there's something else to it because he did move under his power 4 years ago. The Israeli consulate or whatever moved to the West Bank,
Which man?
Jerusalem, I believe, something like that. So there is like speculations that he's gonna make this ceasefire happen, but he's giving them something on the side, like be it. They say like there's a couple speculations and we don't know what it could possibly be. Like could be war with Iran and try and get a regime change there, which will be horrible for the world. That's just no point of the ceasefire because the whole world's gonna be in a world war. Well, I don't know
Yeah.
if the whole world, but it'd be bad. There's the annex of the West Bank, so he's going to allow them to just take the West Bank, which is again horrible for the Palestinians and whatnot. So there's other things that possibly give him some of Gaza and all that sort of stuff, or let them settle in Gaza. So there's speculations that there's something to it, but you know, Trump. Let's see what happens, man. But I don't even know if it's taking place. I mean, the ceasefire hopefully will happen. But these guys, regardless of the ceasefire, man, these evil Zionist empire, they just keep they break the ceasefire anyway. They've done that with Lebanon. They go against it. They blow up things. They're taking over villages or they're blowing up things just before they leave. They're just horrible, horrible, evil people. And I don't suspect that they're gonna make it easy for the Gazans. They're gonna blow up for the Palestinians. They're gonna keep bombing and killing until like I don't know until when, man, but I don't think it's never going to stop. It's a ceasefire, but they're just going to kind of slow down their operation and go back to what they do, and still they're going to keep these people and not have give them their freedom. You know what I mean? But it does go to show that the US, because apparently Trump just put a bit of pressure on, and that was
Yeah.
it. Like it goes to show that the US and Biden could have stopped this like that, which is an ounce of pressure, but they chose not to. So they're literally complicit on this genocide. But it goes to show like if Trump really does put that sort of pressure and say, you know what, no more weapons for you guys and whatnot, or whatever, they will just stop completely. And I hope I hope his ego gets the better of him and he's like, no, I want to get a Nobel Peace Prize. So you know what, I'm gonna make this happen. Like I think he's got an ego to it that he wants, and I'm not supporting like I'm not saying that he's a perfect dude at all, because none of them are. But I'm hoping that Trump's ego gets the better of him. He gets praised for this ceasefire. And
Mm.
then he's like, I want the Nobel Peace Prize. I want to go down as the greatest president of all time. And he's like, fuck it. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to make a two-state solution, whatever. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Because he's that egotistical. I hope it gets the better of him that ends up supporting the Palestinians' rights. But yeah, I mean, there's loads of other shit, man, that I've been hearing. But that's an ounce of good news. I just hope it goes through. And now is the time to donate, help the Palestinian people, let them rebuild. Inshallah, man, let them get the life that they deserve. And now, but the fight's not over. The fight's not over. The fight is now. They need their freedom. They need their freedom at the end of the day.
No, 100%, man. They're human rights. They're human. Uh, they're kind of I've lost the word for it, but they're rights to be a part of this world. You know what I mean? It's insane that this colonial era shit. Can't believe you. You kind of think about it, bro. 2 years ago, who'd be thinking colonial shit still exists? You know what I mean? It does because sometimes we're just so infatuated with trying to get through everyday life anyway. But like, I think the propaganda, everything's been pushed out there. People know what's going on. It's like it's heartbreaking. We're still in it, bro. Like, somebody who sits next to me who has a thought, seeing me with a beard on my phone or something, will kind of think twice before they sit next to me or stand next to me. You know what I mean? My kids are gonna have to go through that shit as well. The Palestinian people deserve so much more. And guys, please do donate. I'm putting the link back up on my Instagram page. I know Instagram at the moment, they're not supporting a lot of the rest of it. So I cover the fees. When people donate, I cover the fees so that the money goes to the Palestinian people. So
Put it on the
please, they need it more than us.
just to check, but put it on the Brothers Geek Out one and the YouTube one as well. Because I tried to search for it on the Brothers Geek Out. I found it on your one, your Qibla Ahmed art one, but not on the Brothers
It was
Geek
on the
Out. So
Brothers Geek Out. I did have it on there as well. But they've
okay, if you could
taken it
check
down
again.
because they what's the word? Being bastards.
Yeah, well, we
Yeah,
did get we got shadow banned, so that's why they probably took it down. Yeah, put up on YouTube as well, bro. I mean, but yeah, yeah, you're right.
So that link
Time to
only works through Instagram anyway. So go to the Instagram page and you'll be able to donate through the Brothers Geek Out. I'll sort that out and the uh my personal page, but it's already on the link that goes to the same place, which is the medical aid for Palestine. So go check that out. Listen, they're still killing people regardless. Doesn't matter about the ceasefire, and they're still going to continue to do it. They have got away with it for a very long time. So don't just think about the last 12 months. Think about the last 75 years.
75. Yeah.
Think about the last 75 years. They've been killing people for a long time. And us as a Muslim nation, we are always going to get the blame and we're always going to be the terrorists. There's a clip that I shared that the great legend, it's
John
gone off my head.
Carlin.
Yeah,
That one?
shares, where he goes like, the Israeli commandos murder people, but sorry, they're murderers, but they're called commandos. And he put it in such a great back then to think about back then.
Yeah,
He was saying,
but this is the one, as how horrible as this sounds, the one good thing that came out of this thing is that they have exposed themselves to the world. Because
yeah,
some
yeah,
people are aware of it. I really got aware of it back in 2018. Before that, I was kind of like, oh yeah, free Palestine. I kind of know what's going on, but I didn't really, you know.
yeah,
But this has opened the eyes of the whole world, bro. Now there you
yeah,
still
yeah,
got some people are ignorant to it because they've been brainwashed, right? And the
yeah, yeah.
propaganda, because this whole Muslim terrorist thing is all propaganda. That's what it is.
Mm.
It started back in the 80s or whatever, and they assigned that word to us, just like they've done things to other freedom fighters and all this sort of stuff. What they've done to black people, brown people across the world, and everything like, right? The propaganda is what they've done. So that's what they've. Listen, their propaganda campaign all died last year, right? Because I like the whole world opened up, right? The whole world is against this, except like two nations. And in that nation, there's a whole group of people that are against it. So, at the end of the day, that's the one positive thing come out of it. The world's opened up. A lot of people have seen it and seen what they've done in on their phones, right? So you can never hide
Yeah,
it anymore. And things are going to change. They lost everything, man. If they really wanted to be who they were and secretly take the land, they fucked up because they showed the brutal murderers that they disgusting,
exactly,
evil people
exactly,
that they are,
exactly.
and the world has seen it. So hopefully, inshallah, things will change and the fight for freedom, man, it still carries on. Listen, Palestine, Congo, Sudan, Yemen, the Uyghurs, who did I miss, bro, man? Syria, Lebanon, the Jewish brothers and sisters, the real Jewish brothers and sisters, the Jewish faith that's been hijacked by these Zionists, right? We have to not forget that they hijacked this Zionist, and there's so many Jewish brothers and sisters that I've seen. It's like, please, 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 because this is again propaganda that they put out there, like
Mm.
take our way and our faith away from this Zionism. Call them a Zionist state. Call them whatever. Do not call them a Jewish state. So everyone needs to put that word out there as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
freedom of the
yeah.
Jewish religion from the Zionists who've hijacked and weaponized the traumas that the Jewish brothers and sisters have gone throughout history and time and whatnot to do what they're doing. That is disgusting. So again, freedom to our Jewish brothers and sisters, the real ones who are against Zionism. Like fuck Zionism and fucking fuck Zionism. Fuck it. We're already banned anyway, so fuck them. Anyway.
Nah, yeah, no, definitely. Guys, go to the Instagram pages, donate there, and yeah, free Palestine, free Lebanon, free Congo, free Sudan, free Yemen, free Syria. Telling you, it's insane at the moment now, absolutely insane. And it's that side of the world that is getting punished for these colonial fucks. Anyway,
Crazy, crazy times, man. Crazy times. But
justice for the world, justice for the world. You know, all that shit is catching up to them now, and people are learning so much more now. They are going to do it because the history that we learn here is that yeah, we went over to those countries and stole their resources, and we conquered those countries, and they work in partnership with us. Where now, fuck you, man, that's not happening no more. People are not going to believe that shit no more, knowing what you
especially
guys
after
have done
global
over the
south,
fucking centuries. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Centuries of this shit. You've killed
Especially how the
thousands, millions, millions. You killed millions, sorry. You killed millions. You're fucking murderers. You're not. You're not like royalty and all of that bullshit. You guys are fucking murderers and thieves. You
But
guys are
look, but
large scale thieves and murderers. That's what you are.
But listen, bro, like times have changed, right? So back in the days when you had the Roman Empire, you had Alexander the Great, you had Caesar, you had Genghis Khan, you had all this sort of shit. Okay, I'm not saying it's okay, but that was different times. That's what it was all about, just war and steel. Not, you know what I mean? In a
Mm.
day and age today, when you're allowing that shit to still happen with the advancement of technology of weapons, where you could just kill thousands and thousands of people with a click of a button, it's disgusting. We don't live in that world. We don't live in that world today. Like, so let's come away from that world. And that's why I'm hoping the leaders change. Like, get these fucks out of there. That's what I'm saying. Like, with the global South growing, bro, right? We're talking about South America, South Africa, the Middle East, you got Russia, you got China, Asia, and all these sort of countries. Like what Israel has done, what these terrorists have done, they've ruined the US's reputation. I can't believe the US allowed them to ruin their reputation. Like
I
you want
know,
to
no,
be
that's what makes it even
because
worse.
you want to be the world's superpower, you want to be the world's police, and you just lost all of that because we clearly showed what you've done, and they've done that to you. So they lost all that
Exactly.
reputation. So now, of course, when Russia, Iran, and China, and South Africa, and they have BRICS and their own currency system and their own thing, what's going to happen to you, lot, man? If you wanted to do the right thing and be the global police, man, do the right thing as a human being, man. And the
Yeah.
US can remain the superpower, man, because listen, we're all influenced by the US. We love the US culture, end of the day. We do, bro. The
Mm.
music, the food, the comic books, all the movies, all that sort of stuff. Like I love it, bro. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I do want to say, like, my hearts go out to people in LA who have gone through hard times or whatnot, man. I mean, there's
Yeah,
innocent
same,
people
bro.
there,
Same.
and I'll never say good, shame on you, no, man. Like hearts go out to those innocent people. But I do say all the Zionist fucks, fuck you. I don't give a fuck about your house. Listen, I'm gonna put him out there. Fuck James Wood. I used to be a fan of him or his movies, The Hard Way, Vampire. And then you got him crying like a fucking bitch on CNN. I'm getting into it, crying like a fucking bitch on CNN. Oh, my house, man. He was a fuck that was tweeting saying no ceasefire, kill them all, and literally kill them all. Like he
He
showed
put a
the type of
hashtag
human
on it,
being.
bro. Killer.
Yeah,
He showed what type of person he is. He's not like how is in some of the movies where he's a two-timing double backstabbing bastard that he is. Sorry to say, I was a fan of James Wood as well.
bro.
And the thing is, sometimes we put our faith into human beings like that because we're like, oh, he seems like a cool guy. It looks like a fun guy, but you really don't know nobody. And I think that's what social media has kind of done is show what people are kind of like. And the fact that he could put that out there to his millions of followers, like
Fuck that. I'm sorry, man.
there's no heart and dignity in what he said there. The fact that he even put a hashtag kill them all, I was like the amount of respect that I lost in that moment was like, oh, dude, like you're in some of my favorite movies, dude. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like
Now
you
fuck
just
him.
lost us. Yeah. And that was the same thing I
He
said. Like,
don't.
fuck him.
Yeah,
And
and
you know
listen.
what? And listen, somebody else as well, like Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, I think
Oh,
she's an
fuck her
amazing
too.
actress. Yeah, uh, but trying to compare it to Gaza,
Yeah, fuck
and I
you.
was like, you've. And then she put up the wrong pictures as well, where it was actually Gazan kids that were
Back
dying,
then, yeah, yeah.
and it was like you, you're a bit of a delusional, stupid idiot. You know what I mean? And some people will always back up those A-listers. I don't know why. Uh, but fuck them. Yeah, definitely.
Bro,
Fuck them.
like I said, listen, man.
If you're gonna be like that around human beings, knowing that there's human beings that love and adore your shit, that's not being a human. You're just a selfish person. And don't worry, you got insurance. You're gonna get the house back. Them people in Gaza don't have nothing. So do not compare that. Did you see that interview? No, the
I saw a
uh,
little bit. I can't stand to look.
did you see Pamela Anderson's face? She
No,
was
I
like,
didn't.
"Oh my
Oh,
God, what the fuck's she talking about?" Like
oh, really?
she was
Okay.
talking about how, it's like Gaza, it's like Gaza. That's what Jamie Lee Curtis was saying. And you see
Yeah,
somebody zoom into Pamela Anderson's face, and she was like, "Why the fuck are you talking about this at this premiere for? We're trying to promote a
exactly.
movie. Like,
Yeah,
come on."
fucking idiot. No,
But they're all
listen, man.
crying their hearts out. Listen, look, it is what it
For
is,
the
bro. But
innocent
hearts
brothers,
go out to
listen,
LA.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the innocent people, bro. Listen. Oh shit, innocent people. My hearts will always go out to them, and I would say donate to them. Listen, they're gonna get. They're rich. Most of them are rich, but I think there's a lot of poor people there as well.
There is a lot of poor people, bro. There's a lot
So
of poor people there.
there are donations that people are giving, and great for that, and their heart should go out for those innocent people. But last year And this whole thing, like I said, not only has the Zionists exposed themselves, I'm talking about my perspective on people has changed. Like, listen, man, I stopped listening to most of Rogan. I used to listen to Rogan's
Mm,
every single podcast. I lost bare respect for him because I felt like he was someone like, especially with his platform, that someone that would just say it how it is. But clearly he has his biases or they have something on him. But movie actors and all that stuff, yeah, I respect them or whatnot. But my perspective, listen, man, this ain't no political side. I don't give a shit about left and right?
mm.
This is human beings' lives, children's like they killed 20,000 children, and you're sitting there crying on CNN like a bitch after you said kill them all. So fuck you. Like this is lives we're talking about. We're not talking about
Yeah.
political fight because I don't give a fuck about that. I'll never. You know what? I could always sit with someone who might have different political views. I don't give a shit. But when your views is like literally kill those babies, I'm like, fuck you. I don't want to know that type of human being or
Yeah.
respect that type of human being.
Yeah.
So my perspective on people, on famous people, whatever it is, it's completely changed, and I don't give a fuck. I
But
used
that's
to
what I'm
like,
saying. It exists. People are selfish. People only think this is the reality they're in. If they don't have no deen or any type of faith or religion to kind of fall back to say, we're going to go to a better place. I know the hardships that we go through in life. I know that there'll be good times later, like wherever we go next. You know what I mean? Uh, there needs to be some sort of faith there. But so for people to just kind of like, I don't give a shit. There's this clip going around of this woman and this guy saying, what do you think about what's happening in Gaza right now? And she was literally, bro, not even phased. The first word that came out of her mouth was, I don't give a shit. And they grow up to be Arabs anyway. I'm like, you uneducated, stupid,
but I think I've seen that when she's in Israel, right? I mean, they've been brainwashed. Whoever's listen, man, I feel
so I'm
sorry
gonna
for
grow
them.
up
This
to
is what
be
I'm
an
trying to say.
Arab. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I feel
grow up to be an Arab. Like you dumb.
it's so
Like what is
racist. Like,
going on?
bro, this is what I'm trying to say, man. It's so racist. Like, it's crazy. But they've been brainwashed. This is why I feel bad for them because they have been brainwashed to this point, and that's the whole Zionist sort of propaganda stuff that they do. They brainwashed all these people. It's sad because you've just ruined their life to become disgusting, evil people in history. They have, but there are a lot of Israelis. Listen, man, there's a lot of Israelis in Israel who are against. You know what I mean? Like who are against it. So they've broken free, and just got to pray that some of the others break free as well. But
No,
man, it's
100%.
yeah, it's hard. It's hard on them. I mean, listen, man, it even comes down to like, you see what happened to Khabib? My guy got Khabib Nurmagomedov, like UFC legend, bro, 29-0. Hall of Fame, all this sort of stuff. They kicked him off a plane because they weren't comfortable with him sitting next to an emergency seat thing. Now I get it from the plane perspective. Like whoever's sitting there, you got to make sure you know what you're doing, just in God forbid there's an emergency or whatnot. If and he speaks English, they were like, I saw them his feedback. He was like, they asked me, do I speak English? I said yes. And then the lady was like, my colleagues or whatever, I'm not comfortable with you sitting there. And he's like, why? I speak English. And the whole MMA community and everyone in general was like, if there's anyone you want sitting there, it's the fucking guy who's capable of staying possibly calm in the situation and being able to rip that fucking door off because he's been wrestling bears his whole fucking life and help people because that's what he does. And he's the most religious dude ever whose dean will say, I need to help people. And you're
Yeah.
kicking him off the plane, and let alone he's a mega superstar, right? Which he never used once. He never said, you know who I am. That the guy's so humble. He's flying fucking Frontier Airline, and everyone's like, why the fuck is he flying Frontier Airlines, this shitty airline? But then they're like, that's the type of person he is. He's a very humble
Yeah,
person.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't need a private jet or first class, right? So he showed his characteristics in his mannerism, the airline he booked, all that sort of shit. But the discrimination he got, they're trying to say that it wasn't discrimination, but clearly if he can speak English and clearly he knows what to do, then why don't you feel comfortable with it? They're fucking idiots, bro. But this is what I'm trying to say. If someone like Habib, a global superstar, can get discriminated, what do you think that where the fuck like us regular people like
Yeah, for us, bro, it's it's horrible. It is absolutely horrible, and we're going to be going through this for a long time, bro. I don't think even in our lifetimes, that type of systematic racism is going to be gone. And just to touch on another note, was there anything else we looked to cover?
no, we're just free chatting now, bro.
Okay, so Jimon Hunsa. Hopefully, I said that right. Jimon Hunsa. Is it no Demon Hunsa? Is it no?
Who tomorrow?
Let me get that name again. Did Hunsa. I think it's pronounced Jimon or Demon. No, Jimon Hunsu, who's the actor who recently came out and said that, the guy's financially still struggling. This guy got two Oscar nominations. He's been in multiple blockbuster movies. He's been in the industry for 30 years, bro. And he's
Who,
still not got a place at the table. Not yet, not yet, but soon. From
who's around
Gladiator.
there?
Jimon
Oh yeah,
Hunson. Yeah.
yeah, 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 yes, 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 yeah, yeah.
Uh, that's kind of heartbreaking, bro. The guy's been in some great movies, bro. Gladiator, Blood Diamond, uh, Rebel Moon, Guardians of the Galaxy, Captain Marvel. Uh, the list goes on. Shazam, he played the Wizard. He's been in so many movies. It's unbelievable. He's been in so many movies. Like, there's not one movie you can say, A Quiet Place, Amistad. Like, yeah, like the list just goes on. It makes you think. But the fact
Yeah, I
of the
I
matter,
saw that. Yeah.
that's the systematic. What is not in his contract for him to be making that much money? The guy was in. It just kind of breaks my heart, and it was like, he's been doing it. You kind of think, after doing it for 30 years, do I change my career because this ain't working?
It
You
just goes
keep
to
jumping
show.
around different wings. It goes to show that systematic racism and how they see us in different lights, we still don't have a place at the table. That's why it's better for him to work with people that are from the same race and culture to thrive and grow in their own projects than jumping into these ones.
Yeah, I
It,
mean,
that that
I think like if you follow the system and whatnot, you'll succeed. I mean, there's a lot of speculations. I'll throw his name out there, Kevin Hart, for example. A lot of Cat Williams said this, and lots of people like speculation that he follows the system. And you know what I'm talking about, Zionist bullshit and all that stuff. Like people say that Kevin Hart's a comedian. He has things to say, but he chooses not to say them because it will fuck up all that sort of stuff. Listen, I'm just speaking of what I've heard, so I've done no research and all that sort of stuff. I do enjoy Kevin
mm,
Hart shit. But when you don't, like, bro, I even heard the guy, I am your captain now. Look at me, look. He bro, he back at what? Listen, he's made one movie, so I'm not expecting him to get life changing money. But he was a big performance a part of that. Of course, he won't get the same contract as Tom Hanks and whatnot. But I don't know if anything else came out from that sort of stuff. But this brother here, after so many years in the industry, I mean, it's like it's heartbreaking to hear like how come he's not after all those awards as well. It's not just like he's been making basic movies. He's been in such amazing movies and whatnot. How the hell is he not just given the opportunity to deserve? But I just feel like when you're not completely complicit with the system, and when I say system, I'm talking about I'm fully Zionist and support the Zionists. I'm just putting it out there, man. Then you're gonna get fucked over. And that's anywhere in this world. I'm trying to say, like it's anywhere. Right now, well, not anywhere in this world. Certain corporation, listen, the boycotting shit is good. Things are changing, bro. Things are changing. This is what the hope is. Things are changing. Zionists have been exposed to a level that I don't think they wanted to be exposed on. And the world is changing. And I'm more optimistic. I think it will change, but it's gonna take a while and new generations to grow up because the new generation don't want war and murder and stuff like that. We're away from
mm,
that type of life. So we're gonna get this Zionist regime out. Basically, they need to die off. Basically, man, that Zionist regime is a disgusting regime. It's unfortunate they just have one superpower backing them up, which is
mm,
controlled by Zionists. So again, it's crazy how they've been able to manipulate and control the biggest superpower on the planet. I think it was Ronald Reagan who told the Zionists, "Who's the superpower here?" Right, and he
mm.
shut them down after the Lebanon war back in the days. And I'm hoping Trump has that same mentality. Anyway, I went back off topic, but yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame, man. Yeah, that's deep, man. Hopefully, wish him all the best, man. Hopefully, he yeah, I don't even know what to say, man. It's just tough.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Crazy.
he needs to speak to his manager. He needs to speak to his agent. Like, what the F is going on, man? How am I still struggling being
Yeah.
this long in the industry? Like, it just doesn't make no sense. So, let's see. So, sorry, I just got tagged in something, and I'm just trying to find it, which is interesting. And I thought we'd be in the top 100, but it doesn't look like we are. But
What you
it's
mean?
amazing. So there's this award list going around for top 100 geeky podcasts. Uh, And for a moment, I thought we were going to be in there, but we're not. I mean, bro, there's thousands of podcasts, but it's always nice. So they have
Anyone
discover the
you
full list.
recognize?
So million. It's called Million Podcasts. Highlights the exciting podcasts, including millions of podcasts. 2025 edition. The top 100 geek podcasts on the web. This is carefully created list celebrated the best geeky podcasts and selected on based on factors, social media influence, listeners, ratings, relevance, and what do you call it? Discover the full list. It's featuring. Oh no.
Lad, I expect like Fat Man Beyond to be like in the
Yeah,
top.
Fat Man Beyond's number five.
Yeah, who's number one?
Number one. I'm just double checking because they've tagged us in here, but where is it? The Bros Geek Out, the Bros Geek Out, the Bros Geek Out. So we're in that chart. I can't seem to see it. Hold on. Top 100 geek podcast. Best geek. All right. I need to look into this because I don't.
Check number 99. Maybe we
Oh,
look, check number 100.
that's what I'm doing. I'm going through it. So the Geek Buddies. That's number one. Fat
Geek
Man Beyond is
Buddies.
number five. Hold up, man. Let me go through this. I probably missed it.
If we're in there, that'd be amazing. I mean, if you got tagged, that's a reason. That should be like, unless they're just trying to promote it and whatnot and just get it out to as many people as possible,
I think they
regardless of
probably
the.
did that, but it's like, come on, bro. Don't tag me in something and get me excited. Uh, yeah. I mean, the Brothers Geek Out logo is so unique. That should just pop up.
Hmm.
Uh, but I
No,
probably missed it. But let me keep going. But it doesn't tell me what. It says that we're included, but I don't see it.
that's interesting. Well, take a look and see if we are. That's amazing. If we're not, then fuck it. We'll just keep doing our thing.
No, definitely. All right, cool. I'll let you know if it is, and go from there. But other than that, let's wrap up. I need to go pick up the little one, bro.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Cool. Well, keeps take us out, man. She.
As always, guys, massive thank you for the support on the channel. Make sure if you guys are brand new, there's about 60% of you now that are not subscribed to the channel. So
Well, it's
subscribe
gone
to the
from
channel
70,
to get
70
no.
to 60, yeah?
Yeah, so it's growing slowly. It's growing. So jump in, subscribe, hit that bell button, get notified every time we've got video. We've got daily content that comes out. We've got some great interviews. We do geek out sessions. We do the podcast as well. But massive, massive thank you. Make sure you're following us on all of our social media platforms. And we'll catch you up soon. We're available on all listening platforms as well, guys. So check them out. And it looks like we're in the top 100 of geeky podcasts. So I'm going to double check that and
Find
go
that
from
name
there.
first.
Yeah,
Find
let
that
me
name
find that.
first.
Let me do that before
Yeah.
yeah, but I'll share it. If it is, then I'm going to share that because that's amazing. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
100%, bro.
That is
Fucking hell.
amazing. All right, cool. We'll catch you guys up soon. Take care. One love. Peace.
Peace.